Stranger Stories.
Never miss another strange story. Subscribe and hit the bell. Sit back and get comfortable. I have a few stories to share with you. About a year ago, I discovered a game called Fortnite. Yeah, me and millions of other poor souls. At first, I didn't get it. I found the game extremely boring. Jump out of a plane, look for weapons and materials, and try to stay alive until the end. Even though I wasn't having a lot of fun, I stuck with it because others loved it, so I should too, right? After a few days of playing the game, I just became addicted out of nowhere. Each day I spent more and more time playing. When I wasn't playing, I was on Reddit reading about Fortnite, or on Twitch or YouTube watching others play Fortnite. The game took over my life and bank account. Well, I say bank account, but that didn't last long, as those funds ran out rather quickly. Then it was the credit card that funded my addiction. The game is free to play. What are you talking about? To play the game, it is free. But you will want the swag, the skins, the back bling, the pickaxes, the emotes, and the battle pass will sink their teeth in you, and you will spend more money than you will ever dreamed. I was buying everything. I was spending thousands of dollars I didn't have on these digital items. They made me feel cool, and I didn't feel cool in real life, so this was a welcome change. I was guildmaster of a Fortnite guild with over 100 members. I was treated with respect, which is something I did not have in real life. I eventually dropped out of college and quit my part-time job to give myself 100% to Fortnite. The real world ceased to exist, in my mind at least. A gamer named Dr. Gruesome 666 became a member of my guild, the Masons. We started to play duos together on a daily basis. DG, as I called him for short, was an odd fellow, but an elite player, so I looked past the odd stuff. There were times when he wouldn't chat at all and would just breathe heavily. When he did talk, he sounded like he was using one of those filters to disguise his voice. Like I said, he was odd, but he was an amazing player, so that didn't matter to me. One night, about 2 weeks after he joined, he said he was going to leave the guild. I was shocked, and I didn't want this to happen. He helped us to win a lot of matches, and even some tournaments. I asked him what game he was migrating to. He asked if I was familiar with the deep web. I told him I was, as far as knowing what it was, but I had never accessed it before. He told me that there was a hacked Fortnite client that was being played on the deep web. It was called Lastrite. I immediately was thinking, bullcrap. But DG never joked about anything. He told me that the core gameplay was the same, but the game was darker and much more macabre. The map was laid out the same, but sections were named differently and were more sinister aesthetically. I was rather shocked by some of the names. Instead of Risky Reels, it was called Rapist Thrills. Dusty Divot was named Bloody Wounds. Pleasant Park was named Agony Avenue, and Greasy Grove was named Disembowel Drive. I won't list the other places, but you get the idea. The water in the game was of course blood, according to DG. He said the skins were very disturbing. He said he found one that went perfectly with his name, Dr. Gruesome 666. He said the skin was called Abortionist. He said he looked like a zombie with a ripped bloody smock on. The pickaxe was a huge rusty, bloody scalpel with chunks of gore dripping off of it, and his back bling was an aborted fetus. The glider that went with the set was a trio of babies stitched up like the Human Centipede movie with baby crying sound effects. I just couldn't believe it and finally called bullshit. He got really angry and told me to go to hell and stick with Fortnite. He said all the elite are heading to Last Rite and he thought I would be interested, or he wouldn't have even brought it up. I, of course, didn't want to be left out of anything even remotely having to do with Fortnite, so I took the bait. DG said he would IM me with directions of how to download the Tor browser and setting up all the security I would need. After I got that set up, he would send me the link to download Last Rite. I always had a curiosity about the deep web, but I was too apprehensive to actually check it out for myself. I have listened to dozens of supposedly true deep web stories on YouTube, and they made me think twice, even though I was pretty sure they were all bullshit. I got everything up and running, and away we went into the deep web. DG sent me a link which was a bunch of numbers, certainly nothing I had ever seen before. It came to a black screen with a black cursor in the center. I figured I had keyed the address wrong. As I was about to leave the page, I saw "Hello" appear where the cursor was. A text box appeared below, and all I thought to type was "Hey" back. State your intention. I'm sorry, I must be at the wrong site. I was looking for a game called Last Rite that my friend told me about. Who sent you? This is getting weirder by the second. Why the heck does this matter who sent me? A friend. Name? Dr. Gruesome 666. I waited for about 20 seconds, thinking this was not where I was supposed to be.
Welcome to Last Rite.
Now there was a small meat cleaver spinning and slinging blood all over the screen. My assumption was that the next page was loading. After about 5 minutes, the screen stayed black, but the word Last Rite was in red and appeared in a font that looked like throbbing blood vessels. I put my mouse over the title and clicked. I noticed a download began immediately for an fnhehe.exe file. It was pretty disconcerting that something was automatically downloading. I was inclined to just unplug, but curiosity's a bitch. The download size was 666 megabyte. I must admit that seeing that number gave me the creeps. This whole situation was starting to freak me out a bit. After about 5 minutes, the download had finished and it was automatically installing. Isn't this freaking thing supposed to ask me if I want to install? Of course, my whole screen goes black and I just see the words "installing" in a white bone-looking font. After the installation finished, I got a message in this client from DG. It said, "Hey Mike, glad you made it. I hope you didn't have any difficulties." How the hell is DG messaging me? I haven't even registered or selected a name. Jesus, how the hell does he even know my real name? Mike, I'm the owner and architect of Last Rite, and I want to thank you for being such a good friend to me. I'm going to design a skin for you. Do you want male or female? I'm starting to shit bricks at this point. However, I go along and say, "Male?" You got it, Mike. A video feed immediately pops up. The video quality is crisp and clear, probably 1080p. A curtain pulls up, and there's a nude man chained up by his arms and legs. He appears to have one of those ball gags in his mouth, and he's breathing heavily and sweating like a pig. His eyes are wide open, and he's terrified out of his mind. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. What the hell is going on? Where the hell am I? What the hell am I watching? Then a metal door opens slowly behind the man. It's a man in a white bloody smock that a doctor would wear. He waves at the camera and walks in front of the man. "Hey Mike Anderson, how's the weather in Wilmington?" What the hell is going on? Who is that guy? How do you know all this stuff? I'm Dr. Gruesome, and I know everything about you, Mike. Oh, buddy, oh, pal. You are my buddy, right, Mike? Here's a special gift for you. It isn't every day that a player can design his own skin. This sweaty fellow back here is going to play an important role in making that happen. Aren't you, Jeff? GG slaps the man on the cheek lightly a few times. As he slaps the man, I notice a backpack bouncing on DG's back. Mike, check out my back bling. I told you about it the other day. He turned his back to the camera, and there appeared to be a bloody something there. Then I remembered what he mentioned in our chat earlier. It couldn't be. He backed up towards the camera to give me a closer look, and it appeared to be a fetus. Was it real? I hope to God not. But it was pretty damn convincing. He was jumping up and down, laughing, trying to make the fetus move. I retched and vomited in a trash can beside my computer. DG then pulls out the biggest knife I've ever seen and appears to put the blade on a sharpener. The metallic screech made every hair on my body stand up. Sparks sprayed everywhere, like one of those 4th of July sparkles I held in my hand as a child. That should do it, nice and sharp. Creating a new skin for our players requires a sharp knife. If you're going to do something, do it right. That's what my father always used to say. DG walks over to the squirming man and proceeds to use his knife on him in ways I would not describe here. How does this look, Mike? Is this what you are envisioning? Will this make you look OG? The faceless man began convulsing, and his scream sounded completely different than before. This had to be a nightmare. This can't be real. What am I witnessing here? I'm calling the police. Mike, I figured there was a high possibility that you might say that. Here's the situation, my friend. We're going to finish up with our friend Jeff here in a bit. What that means is that I need another guy for the next player that wants a male skin. I have located and sent some of my associate to get my next skin. You actually know this guy? His name is Brad. My stomach dropped. Brad? No, it couldn't be. Actually, it can, Mike. Isn't your brother named Brad? Brad Anderson? He lives in Wilmington? He has a nice little apartment with his girlfriend. He works Monday through Friday at a local Best Buy a couple of miles down the street. 10 to 7, I think. My blood went ice cold. Everything he was saying was true. It was my brother. I grabbed my cell phone and began to dial his number. I had a video message from Brad waiting for me. My brother had duct tape on his mouth and had been beaten. His left eye was swollen shut and his nose was bloody. My phone fell to the floor and I dropped to my knees. I was sobbing and I vomited once more. What do you want from me? What do I need to do? Mike, you can send a message back to Brad for me. What do you want me to say? I want you to tell him goodbye.